back.
Stunning to me. And then you look at the Packers, and you said house money before, and someone who's on the talking text line, as KB says, there's no such thing as house money. Once it's in your pocket or in front of you on the table, it's your money. But the point is, like, nobody's really ruing the fact that had the Packers beaten Tommy Cutlets and the Giants like they thought they should have, and not lost at home to the Baker Mayfields of the perfect quarterback rating, had they won those 2 games, they'd be playing for the division. Like, they'd have a chance to win the division, perhaps. Yeah. Like, they'd be up in that mix.
Yeah, and I mean, the Bears went through that too. They had bad losses to the Broncos is one of those games.
Packers had one of those too.
So you think about, like, you take those out of the way, and you're like, all right. I mean, Bears were predicted to have 7-8 wins this season. So to have 7, it's not bad.
The Packers, though, you can just see the progress. Like, you can see the offense gelling, and it's come together, and it's just that they weren't ready to win those games, I guess.
No, I think it's just experience as much as people. Jordan Love can sit back and watch a all-time great play quarterback and understand how to play the quarterback position, but a lot of it is just being in those situational moments and experiences, and you can't simulate that at practice. You can't simulate the 2-minute drill all the time specific to that game or to that opponent or to that defense. And I think that's been the cool part to watch Jordan kind of grow into that and understand, especially like they did in Minnesota.
Did the Bears and Bears fans, because you're a conduit to Bears fans and you talk to them all the time and they interact with you as they do, as Packers fans do with us, did the Bears ever have a serious playoff hope? Was that even a flicker? Was that after their start? Was it like, because the Vikings going into last New Year's Eve, that game at US Bank, it was like, okay, this is good. But from the Vikings side, it's like, well, we're not going anywhere. We don't have a quarterback.
Yeah, I don't really.
It was almost like they didn't think they were where they were.
The fans were taking like, oh, there's still a chance, and there's still a chance, and if they win out, and I think, even in the locker room, guys were like, okay, that's great if we win out because it certainly builds momentum, and that's what they need to do. But I don't think they were ever thinking there's a potential playoff spot in the line. It just didn't feel like that either. It didn't feel like that. And it was kind of like you were just waiting for the moment to be like, oh, somebody else won or lost, they're eliminated. Like that's what I wanted it to come down to week 18, like winner goes in.
Yes.
Like with both teams having
which we thought we were going to have with the Lions last year, but the Lions were eliminated before kickoff, and it didn't help the Packers at all. And that's still
the Bears ever won out since '85. Seriously,
question.
That is a good question.
Yeah. I'm thinking no.
I don't know, but I just know they've lost 13 of 15 to the Packers or something.
In Green Bay, yeah. I mean, Justin's never beat them.
And LaFleur's never lost.
Exactly. So
yeah.
I don't know. Talking about Justin Fields, though, even if they do win, and is he the guy though? He just seems. I don't know if he's the guy, and here's it's not hot take hump day, but my hot take is that anyone who drafts Caleb Williams is going to be in for a big disappointment.
Huh? I mean, I think Justin's grown a lot, and I did like a sit down interview with him 2 weeks ago, and he was very reflective. And people are like, "Why does this seem like an exit interview?" He just has a very good understanding of like the writing's on the wall, right? He's not guaranteed anything here in Chicago, but I think he's grown tremendously. He's gone through coordinators and different offenses already in 3 seasons, and to see what he's done, he's not a perfect quarterback, and he's not a flashy quarterback, and he's not going to make these really flashy throws, but he had some really great ones in the last couple of weeks that he needed to deliver. And I think if they want him, he can continue to grow. We'll see how the coordinator situation, if Luke stays in Chicago or if they move on from Getsy, but I don't know. I think Justin may be the guy in Chicago.
I think he's going to get the chance.
I think he's going to get the chance.
I don't buy that this is an elimination game for him. I think the die is. I think they've made their decisions, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I think that locker room just culturally and like they talking to the guys throughout the season, they don't even want to think of the idea of like starting over with a rookie quarterback. I think they love Justin. They don't even love Justin. They gush about Justin. So I think Fields is going to be in Chicago for a little bit.
It's really easy for us to, to sit back and criticize these guys, for everything. But then you go, what were you doing when you were 24?
Yeah, that's what I keep reminding people. I'm like,
really, he's sitting up there, and same with Jordan Love. You're sitting up there at the podium. He is very cool at the podium, as is Jordan Love, and he's 24. And you're going, now granted, they've going to Ohio State. He's had a lot of experience, but nonetheless,
they're 24 years old, and to go through what they in a market too, especially like Chicago. I mean, it's been different for me to cover sports in Chicago and work in that landscape and that market size. And it's different. It's different. So for Justin to kind of handle that, and we've watched him grow up in front of our eyes and both on the field and off the field. And I think he's a really impressive young man, regardless of what happens to him.
Kaitlin Sharkey is with us from WGN Sports in Chicago. And all right, so I have to ask, because having grown up here and spent all that time in Green Bay covering the Packers, the pathos of Packers fans. There are some who are looking at this game going, how are they going to stop DJ Moore? Like, they just corralled Justin Jefferson. Now, granted, quarterback situation is a question mark.
The thing about it is DJ, I feel like they established that they're going to go to DJ right away, early and often, and it kind of like sets this tone for the Bears offense. But if they don't, it's like he forgets or they forget that they have DJ Moore on the field. And it's the most puzzling thing for
Packers
me.
Do that with Aaron Jones on a regular basis.
If you just outside of DJ Moore and now a banged up Cole Kmet, Justin Fields doesn't have any receiving options. Like, that's it. They have Velus Jones Jr., rookie Tyler Scott, Trent Taylor. That's not what you want to hear as far as targets. So it's pretty easy to shut him down when you just pay all the attention to him, because Cole Kmet's still going to get his. That's probably Justin's. I would say it's DJ and Cole are his favorite targets by far, because there's no one else. So you pay the right attention to him. It eliminates the passing game real quick.
It's partly PTSD, because the Packers did a decent job on Mike Evans and got crushed by Chris Godwin.
Right. It's always like,
it's like, oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so interesting that people are sweating DJ Moore now going into this game than they were Justin Jefferson going into the Vikings game.
And I don't understand that. I mean,
no disrespect to a guy who probably should have made the Pro Bowl.
Definitely. And DJ Moore is certainly a wide receiver one, and he's I think he's one of the top receivers in the NFL, but I'm not putting him in the upper echelon of that. I think if you game plan the right way, that's the problem. There's no wide receiver two, and Darnell Mooney is no longer. I think he's played his last game in a Bears uniform. Yeah. He's out with concussion, so it eliminates all the other options.
There you go. So that's heartening. Mm-hmm. Last thing, football wise, is special teams. Packers, they have not been explosive on punt returns or kick returns like they were last year. There's just no sizzle there. And you worry about them, missing a kick or getting a kick blocked or something like that. How are the Bears on special teams?
Not great. I mean, they're not like bad to the point where like it's a liability, but yeah, there's no spicy, like exciting spark that I think the special teams deliver. I mean, last week, Cairo Santos missed a kick and they almost had it returned. It was almost a kick six. They had it almost returned back. And if it wasn't for former Packer Robert Tonyan, who like at the last second reached out and slapped the ball down, that would have been a disaster. So that kind of sums up what the Bears have said.
It's 420. Everything stops on the Drew and KB program at 420. Even when Kaitlin Sharkey's in the studio.
Sorry.
We pause for the cause.
420 stops for no
nothing
one.
Less from you guys.
We pause to observe the daily holiday. And we asked the question that's germane for this time. It's 420. What are you, high?
Are you high? You huffing grass?
That's why Pipe Bomb has a fan club, the live version of that. This segment is brought to us by HappyPlaceHemp.com. Our buddies, Rob and Chris, they do such a great job. They got new store hours. Check out HappyPlaceHemp.com. Use the code Drew and KB. Get 25% off your order every time you go to the well. HappyPlaceHemp.com. Code Drew and KB. KB, what's our What Are You High story? Make it a good one. Caitlin's with us.
Did you have Aubrey or your daughter's name? Did you have it picked up before? Was there arguments? Fight?
We had like 3 or 4 possibilities, and when we met her, we said that's her name.
See, because that's what we did too.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it was going to be Eric, and then when he was delivered, I was over on the table, and she goes, "What is he? How does he look?" I go, "He looks like a Patrick," and I just totally changed it. They wrote it down. But anyway, there's a husband and wife that are fighting over a name. The dad is very upset. His wife loves mythology.
Uh-oh.
Okay. And the name she wants to give the daughter, he is dead set against because he fears she will be looked at as a 3-syllable skank. Now, let me explain.
Aphrodite? That's a goddess.
No. Aphrodite would be normal.
Not Medusa.
No.
No, the 3-syllable.
He says, my wife wants to name our daughter Clytemnestra.
Clytemnestra?
It's Clytemnestra.
Okay.
And I am dead set against it, he says. Nobody I've asked knows anyone named Clytemnestra, which is probably true. But he says, I favor alternatives like Andromache or Galatia?
Galatia.
Okay, good. Well, anyway, where does this come from? And he said, well, in the ancient writings of Sophocles, the titular maiden Clytemnestra is the adulterous wife of the general Agamemnon, and she murdered him in a revenge plot.
Oh.
So he says she's dead set on Clytemnestra, and it's gotten to the point where we're digging in our heels. This is what he said. He goes, no, he goes, if we name her that, he goes, I do not see her growing up and without being a subject of ridicule because she is, this adulterous murderer. At which I looked at it and I go, well, kids today in school can't find Greece on a map. Do you think they're going to be kicking around Clytemnestra?
Clytemnestra sounds like a new prescription drug or a sexually transmitted.
I can hear the commercial. The side effects may include.
Yeah, and they got a guy throwing a football through a tire, and then a couple in a bathtub overlooking a mountain gorge.
Yes,
I'm just saying to this family, what are you high?
Are you high? You huffing grass?
Yes,
Clytemnestra.
Are they Dungeons and Dragons people?
Well, that's what I find them hanging in a steam tunnel somewhere.
That's got to be their MO.
Oh, it's like but I don't like that. But I would rather have Galatia or Andromache or whatever. Okay.
I didn't even know those existed.
Neither did I.
Other than Aphrodite.
I was going to say Aphrodite. What are some of the other?
You got Hercules. You got Sophocles. You got some of those Plato. Socrates. Plato.
I mean, there's Athena. That's a pretty name.
That is a pretty name.
Iris. Those are
really pretty.
Those are pretty names. Phoebe, Aphrodite, Calypso.
Oh,
there you go. Why not? Okay, so KB, Cassandra is even like a mythology.
It is.
Yeah. Daphne.
Yeah. There's a lot of those. If
you want to go to that well, there are
plenty of them.
Luna.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean that
they're all dancers.
Yeah. Medea, Rhea. It's all right. So KB, that's the What Are You High segment. That is brought to us by happyplacehemp.com. Check them out online or the store with the new extended hours, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays to go shop and buy the best locally produced CBD products. They're legal, they're local, they're wonderful. Happyplacehemp.com. Use the code Drew and KB, 25% off every order. Kaitlin, thank you for coming in.
Thanks for letting me come in.
Brightened
so great to see you.
It was so awesome.
It has been so wonderful.
It's going to be great to see you. I will see you in line for cheese curds or pack and cheese on Sunday.
Pack and cheese. I will be first in line.
Football. Do you have to do pregame hits?
No. 3:25 kickoff is great for TV because we just have
nothing you can do.
Mm-hmm. Just roll into Lambeau.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. Well, and then Saturday, please post some stuff on the gram and on social so that Justin Fields sees where you're going.
I'll try
to do.
You want my Moose Lodge card?
I was gonna say I got one too.
I'm gonna be down. I have dinner reservations downtown Green Bay. I'm so used to like having to have a reservation everywhere that I made one. No, Angelina. It's an Italian spot. Come on,
Denny's.
Put some respect on Green Bay.
Come on, KB. He knows it well.
I know.
He knows it well out there. Well, it's going to be a blast. I wish I was hanging out there with you on Saturday, but we'll see you on Sunday.
See you Sunday, guys.
It's going to be a blast. And maybe, depending on what happens, maybe you can join us on Monday for a recap.
Yes. We'll see if you're drinking the chalice of tears or not.
We're getting it ready. I mean, that's the one that all we have to do is add a couple of fresh Wayne highlights and we're good. Like that one's just, it's self-sustaining.
Absolutely.
The tough thing is, what do we cut out to keep it from being 15 minutes long? It's awesome. Kaitlin Sharkey, WGN TV in Chicago.
Thanks, guys.
We'll take a break. Matt Miller from OnMilwaukee.com is next. A Man About Film on Twitter. We'll talk movies, culture, and even some sports. Keep it right here. Drew and KB.